It is the most wonderful time of the year for drugstore makeup. The beginning of the year, obviously, when all of our favorite affordable makeup brands release so many of their products for the year. Let's go over all of the new drugstore releases for 2025. What's worth grabbing, what's worth skipping. Hello friends, my name is Meg. I am a beauty and lifestyle creator. I've been creating content for over 15 years and I've tested a lot of freaking makeup in my time. I'm gonna go through all of the brand new releases from our favorite drugstore brands. I've had some time, probably had about a week to try a lot of these products out. First impressions are not super helpful for purchasing decisions. It's not gonna really help you out if I just sat here and did a first impressions of everything. So that's why I gave myself a good week to try it out. And as always, I have everything linked in the description box below for easy shopping. The first item I want to chat about is a new brow product from NYX, and it is called the Blade and Shade. And I think this is actually a very unique and innovative product that is 100% worth grabbing. Now, what's unique about it is that you can turn it one way, and it's a very fine line that you can create little hair-like strokes with. It almost looks like a brow pen. It's not quite like a brow pen, but you get that same effect. Or you can turn it flat and cover more of a surface area, whether that's drawing and filling in a certain part, or you are defining, like I like to make sure that I draw a little line under my brow like that. I think it's great for that. It's a super innovative product. I haven't really seen anything quite like this. So major props to NYX for this one because I like it. And I have it in the shade Ash Brown and I feel like it's a really good match with my brow hair color. There are two primers that are new releases. Now the NYX Face Glue, I believe it might be a few months that this has been out, but it is their newer release. This is a gripping primer. It literally looks like an Elmer's glue bottle. And when it comes out, it is a white consistency that looks like glue. It is a sticky gripping primer and it is very sticky. And also, does this look a little like we're channeling the milk? Like I feel like all of the brands are doing gripping primers and I'm kind of sick of it. Like, can we do something else, y'all? But Essence has a Jelly Grip Hydrating Primer as well. I find that this one feels very cooling and hydrating on the skin. I really like the way that this feels. I like gripping primers. I just want to see some innovation. I want to see something else. I don't know. Can we do anything else? It's January in Houston, so it's very mild and somewhat cool down here right now, so it's not really the ideal weather to be able to try this in. When it's summer, I'm gonna really put these through the ringer, but right now, I find that they do a fairly great job of keeping my makeup on. And then there are two skin tints that have been released. The first one is the NYX Buttermelt Glaze. Now this has an SPF 30. It is a chemical sunscreen blend. You definitely get that sunscreen smell when you are applying it. But it also has a bit of a tropical scent as well. It's not offensive, but if you really are sensitive to chemical sunscreens, you might want to skip this. And then the other one is the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow tint, and this is a glowy skin tint. Now, these are very similar in the fact that they're glowier skin tint. They have about the same coverage, about light, sheer, maybe build it up to medium coverage. That's what it's gonna get you. If that's something you're looking for, you may enjoy these. Out of the two of these, I think I prefer the NYX Buttermelt because I feel like the L'Oreal one is so incredibly glowy and almost reflective. It's almost like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, like that kind of shininess to it, but not quite. And for me, these kind of products, I feel like emphasize too much of my pores, texture, fine lines, just too much. I prefer something a little bit more natural in a finish. The Buttermelt is also a little bit glowier, but it is more of a soft focus glow, if that makes sense. I'm not like blown away by either of these. If you want to try it, but like, I'm not giving my like, oh my gosh, you need to go out and grab these immediately. And also with foundation and complexion type products, I do know that you definitely need to give this a bit of time testing them, and also testing them in summer is really gonna give us the best idea of how these are gonna work. So there is a new concealer on the market from Revlon. It's called the Revlon Glimmer Concealer. I have to say, the shade range on this is absolutely terrible, and I cannot figure it out to even buy the right shade, so I haven't really been able to properly test it. I got this in the shade 125, which was supposedly fair light, and I feel like that tends to work most of the time with my skin tone, especially not being self-tanned at the moment. However, it is so stinking fair. Like, it's so pale that I can't work with this. This will not work on my skin at all. It is way too bright. And so for that, I haven't really been able to test it, but I have to deduct some points because I feel like the shade range is awful. If you're darker than light, I don't know what shade's gonna work for you. If you're very fair, you're gonna find a concealer that works. But it appears to be a medium coverage concealer. I'm just not impressed by the experience trying to get it. I haven't seen it in stores. Now, this has been out for a minute. I know at least a month or two, but it's still a new release on e.l.f.'s part, and this is their new camo liquid bronzer and contour. I really feel like they nailed it. Their blushes that are the camo blushes, I liked them a lot, but they were so pigmented and very hard to work with. If you put it directly onto the skin, it was so pigmented. I had to apply to the back of my hand and put it on the cheek, which is fine, and I did love the formula. However, with these, especially this shade in particular, this is in the fair light shade, it is the most perfect, cool, neutral undertone. Like, are we seeing this? It is perfect for my skin tone right now. If I'm a little bit more self-tanned, I might have to get another shade, but if you are a really fair girl and you feel like all of the liquid bronzers are too warm or too dark, you're going to love this. And this is so incredibly easy to work with. Like, it's effortless. This was an absolute knocked it out of the park product for me. And I can't wait for you to try this if you haven't tried it already. The next product is a little highlighter stick from L'Oreal. It's called the Lumi Le Glow highlighter stick. And there's two different formulations of this. There's a glass and a glow. I thought I ordered the glass, but I got the glow. Whatever, it's fine. I'll have to order the glass and report back. But it's this really soft focus, and I have this in the shade Cream Chic. It's a super soft focus cream highlighter. You can apply it on top of your powders, and it just gives this beautiful glowy lit from within look. Like, it doesn't look too chunky glittery. It's just very soft focus. And I like highlighters like this because it doesn't emphasize texture as much. So if you like a really good natural looking highlighter, this was a very promising product for me, and I can't wait to try the other formula because I want to see what that one is like. These single eyeshadows called the Finest Fleck. They're like a glitter eyeshadow topper, and this was giving Urban Decay Space Cowboy. In fact, I brought Space Cowboy with me. They don't look quite the same in the pan. Shade Champagne Showers, and then here's Space Cowboy, just so we can kind of compare. Very similar. This is Urban Decay, and this is e.l.f. These are really pretty as a glitter topper, so I'll just do like a matte eyeshadow look, then grab some on my finger and apply it just sort of at the inner half of my lid. For a little pop of something, a little pop of shine. It's super pretty. There is a new mascara in town from L'Oreal. This is their Paradise Big Deal Mascara. The advertising and the packaging on this was really unique because it said it was a clump resistant formula. Like, you could just keep applying coats and coats of this and it wouldn't clump. I don't agree with that, but I do think that it does give very beautiful definition, separation, volume, length, all the things you probably want from a mascara. It's gorgeous. I don't love this bendy bristle brush. It definitely is not one of those things where you could just keep applying 30 coats of it and it would look amazing. But I do find it extremely easy to work with. First use, it was beautiful. It's not too wet, it's not too dry. It's this perfect happy medium, which I love. And it stays fairly well on me. It removes totally fine. I do feel like when I put a cleansing balm on it, I have to do that plus the cleanser. I don't know if it is a hybrid tubing formula or not, I'm not sure, but I really like it and it stays really well on me. Now, my friend Taylor, I will link her Instagram below, she tests a lot of affordable makeup and this was a fail on her. It looked gorgeous on the lashes, but it didn't wear well on her. I will say I'm kind of the worst person to ask to test a mascara because my eyes literally sit further out on my head. I have protruding eyes, so I don't really ever have the problem of mascaras smearing. That's just me. I apologize for my own anatomy that I cannot change. Along with the face glue primer, NYX also released a face glue setting spray. I've heard some pretty promising things with this. This is really long wearing, but I haven't had the weather to be able to test that out because it's been extremely mild here, pretty chilly, and when it's summer in Houston and it gets humid, that is the time we put these things through the ringer. I'm not crazy about the misting experience. It feels pretty aggressive, but I do find it keeps makeup in place. No complaints at all. We're down to the last category, which is the lips. I love testing new lip products. The first one is not a new product by any means, but it's a new kind of formulation of this product. It is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil, but it is in the glimmer finish. So it has a slight reflective, glittery finish to it, which I think is really fun for certain things. I don't think it's like an everyday kind of wear, but it has a little bit of glitter in it. It's not chunky and you don't feel it on the lips. It doesn't feel gritty. It's just this really pretty, nice, glowy sheen to it. So it's not an everyday thing. I think this is more to top off a lip look and make it look extra special. And if you do want to wear glitter every day, who cares? You do you. There are no rules in makeup. The next lip product is a re-release. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in the Shine formula. They discontinued these, much to everyone's disappointment, but then brought them back. And they're in this like white packaging. They used to be in a little black package. I loved this formula. I don't know if the shades are different because the one that I have was not this one, but this is in the shade Nude Illuminator, and I feel like it's the perfect sheer wash of a neutral that's not too warm, not too cool. It's like the perfect neutral. The formula is great. It's like a lip gloss balmy stick. So easy to use. It's one of those things you can just throw on and go out the door, but they're very sheer, which I like. I feel like we need different lip products for different occasions, and if you want a sheer lip product, this is going to give you that. And then this is a really fun product. This is the NYX Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serum. Now this is unique in the fact that while it does give off quite a bit of pigment, as you can see here, it does leave behind a stain. This is in the shade Drippin' in Rose, which I really like. It's a really nice rosy neutral. They are a little darker than you would expect. They are a darker lip tint sort of situation. But what's fun about it is that when it wears off, it leaves behind a lip stain. I do quite enjoy this. I think it's just a really beautiful formula, really hydrating on the lips. And the stain that it leaves behind is not too fake looking or crusty or patchy looking. It's just really natural. And finally, the last product is a lip liner from NYX, and it is the Duck Plump Plumping Lip Liner. They definitely are a little spicy. I have this in the shade Subtle Touch, and I do love the tone of this. It is a really pretty dark nude that's not too warm, not too cool. It's just like a perfect lip liner shade. I love shades like this because I can wear so many of my neutrals with this. I love darker nude lip liner. They are spicy, so if you don't like any kind of plumping lip products, skip this, but I don't find that it bothers me all that much. It's just like a little tingle going on here. I don't know if it actually does anything either. I feel like there's a lot of really great neutrals that all skin tones are gonna find one that's a great contour lip liner for them. I feel like NYX just always nails the lip liner situation. They always know what they're doing there. If you are a lip liner connoisseur, you're gonna love these. So that is everything that I have been testing out. Have you tried any of these products? Are there any more products you want me to test? Because I love doing that. I love to test things out so you don't have to. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I had so much fun testing these products out because it's my favorite thing to do. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.